Welcome to Amish Shakil 5858 War and Love Reports. I am Amit Goodman. When NATO summit is take place, it affect all the world. The attention of the world focus on this summit. So now this one just wrapped up in Helsinki, rather Lithuania. In this NATO conference, the main focus was Ukraine and Russian war. Ukraine is desperate to get admission in NATO treaty, but there are certain problems which are faced by NATO as well as Ukraine. The first and foremost problem is that the Article 5 of the NATO treaty says that no country can be allowed in the treaty when he is in the state of war with some other country. That's the case with the Ukraine. Ukraine is involved with Russia. So this point is important and Ukraine cannot get admission in the NATO for the time being. But in this conference, all 31 members gave 110% support to the Ukraine in his war effort against Russia, committed all kinds of monetary and weaponry help. This is more than what one country can expect from a NATO. The only difference is that there will be no NATO soldier on the soil of Ukraine fighting with Russia. There is no time frame when the war will finish, but NATO countries has pledged that as long as it takes, they will be on Ukraine back. Ukraine is not alone in this fight. The only difference is that the active participation of human resources of these countries by means the NATO members will not be in effect. The Ukrainian President Zelensky is an apple of a NATO's member. As we know, Apple is an beneficial in all respects. So there is also something for NATO members when they are helping Ukraine in this war. They are making sure that their security is perfect, their borders are safe, and they are making more steps to make them more secure after watching Russians' tactics and strategies and the weapons which Russia is using. Yesterday, Zelensky was a sad man because he didn't get any time frame for the membership of Ukraine in NATO. But today, with 110 support from all the countries, he is more than happy. He is satisfied with the outcome of this NATO conference. Mr. Biden assured him all support and all kinds of weapons which he desired. So we can say Ukraine got more than what he expected. Mr. Biden also said that NATO has become more stronger after this conference. And Russia is at mistake. Russia's mistake has made the security of the treaty perfect and strong. The members are more closer to each other than ever before. America lead the NATO members in all respects because of his superpower status, and whatever Mr. Biden said, that's the language of the NATO members. Mr. Biden has left for Helsinki, where he will celebrate Finland membership with the NATO, which took place in April. The body language of Mr. Zelensky and Mr. Biden shows that they have achieved more than what they required. Mr. Biden will also meet with Norway, Denmark, and Sweden's head of states in a World Regional Conference. Helsinki is the place where Mr. Biden met Mr. Putin, the Russian president, in 2018. Mr. Biden also played a major role in persuading the Turkish government to let Sweden get membership in NATO. Turkey has objection regarding that Sweden is harboring Kurdish party terrorists. But due to assurances of Mr. Biden that he will curtail those activities and he will provide F-16s, latest jet fighters to Turkey. On these grounds, Turkey has dropped his objection regarding the admission of Sweden in NATO. Yesterday, Russia launched a wave of drones and missile attacks on Kyiv, the city of Ukraine, killing at least one person. This is third straight days of Russian attack. This is happening when in the internal front Russia is cracking down on the Wagner group on its activities. Wagner group was involved in the mutiny about 2 weeks ago. The leader of the Wagner group, Prigozhin, is still at large. No whereabout is known about his location. According to Russian sources, the deputy commander of Russian forces in Ukraine is not in the picture for last 3 weeks, rather since the mutiny took place. Sources said that he had an advanced knowledge of the Wagner mutiny plan. Russian foreign intelligence chief on Wednesday said that he had a conversation a month ago with he spoke with director of Central Intelligence Agency. In this phone call, he discussed with CIA chief the Wagner mutiny and the status of war in Ukraine. An intercontinental ballistic missile has fired by North Korea yesterday. This is the 12th time he tested a missile in this year. Japan and South Korea leaders have condemned this test in Lithuania during NATO summit. North Korea has threatened to shut down any spy US planes if it violates the North Korea territories. This is the warning. North Korea says all this test firing is not for action or excitement. These are real things. America must understand this. If something happened to North Korea will retaliate, and it will retaliate with the full power of its nuclear and conventional weapons. So America must be on alert, and Japan and South Korea also are very upset. A mass grave has been discovered in Rasfor region of Sudan, according to the UN resources. UN is starting investigation in this matter. They have found 87 bodies in this mass grave, including the bodies of ethnic tribal Mussolini people. According to Human Rights Chief of UN, there is the paramilitary rapid response force is responsible for these murders. Right now, the fighting is going on in Sudan. There is no peace looks in near future. People have tried to talk both sides to get on the table, but that was useless so far. Their efforts are going in waste. They bear no fruits. So, like Ukraine, the war in Sudan, but is different because it is civil war, and there is no end in sight. Almost the whole country is involved in this civil war for last 3 months. Thousands and thousands of people have been displaced due to this war, and there is malnutrition and starvation among the children. New Delhi, the capital of India, is facing shortage of drinking water, according to the sources. This is after the heavy monsoon rains, which have uh, inundated the 20 million people. Most thousands of people of low-lying areas have been relocated. So far, 28 people have been died due to this torrential rain, which has caused urban flooding. The drainage system of New Delhi is also not very high quality, due to which water accumulated on the roads and in the houses. People's furniture, belongings, all wiped away with the water. The Delhi government is saying that they are using all the resources which are at their disposal to save the people and save the property. A twister and multiple tornadoes touched down in Chicago area, United States. The twister hit near Chicago O'Hara International Airport. This caused the passengers to take cover. Excuse me. This caused the passengers at O'Hara International Airport to take cover. This twister also disrupted hundreds of flights on Chicago Airport. Regarding heat in America, more than 112 million people are under the heat alert across the US, and this heat wave spell will continue for some time. The high temperatures have broken records in California, Arkansas, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico. These are the times where we have to think about climate change. Now, the eastern side of America, the Vermont, the roads are still filled with water, and they are expecting heavy rains again on this weekend. Due to rising sea levels, the earth is uh, breaking. In Florida, the former insurance company has said that it will not insure the properties in Florida in future due to the uncertainty of climate. Brazil and Colombia have committed to save the Amazon rainforest. Both are trying to minimize the deforestation to save the environments and climate effects. In this effort, they are providing different kind of jobs to indigenous people, so they don't have to extract the things. To extraction, they have to cut the forest, but because of incentives of those two governments, the indigenous people are going back to different works. A report in journal Nature Medicine is said that the last year in summer there were 61,000 deaths in Europe due to heat. The southern Europe is scorching with heat. People are feeling very bad due to this hot summer. The power problems are there. There's a continuous heat wave in Spain. The temperature is right now 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat has become a world phenomenon. On the other side of the globe, China is experiencing very hot summer. People are dying due to this heat wave. In India, people died due to heat wave. So the climate change is really playing its part. AT&T, Verizon, and other telecom companies have for decades covered up the dangers of lead-covered phone cables from the workers and environments. But companies didn't take any action to mitigate that. The risk of sprawling the network. This is according to a report in Wall Street Journal. The internal report of company also showed that there are too much danger involved in working with these lead-covered phone cables. They are also detrimental to the environment. This report also found the high level of lead in workers' blood. At least 2,000 or many more lead-covered cables are remain in underwater, overhead, or on the soil throughout the America. Lead is also very dangerous to children. It affects the brain and nervous system. 160,000 actors are going on strike. They are the members of union SAG-AFTRA. The writers' union is also on strikes. The talks between union and the federal mediator were broke down on the 11th hour. The unions are demanding better safety conditions, better pay, which the studio's owners are refusing to accept. New Delhi, the capital of India, is facing shortage of drinking water, according to the sources. This is after the heavy monsoon rains, which have uh, inundated the 20 million people. Most thousands of people of low-lying areas have been relocated. So far, 28 people have been died due to this torrential rain, which has caused urban flooding. The drainage system of New Delhi is also not very high quality, due to which water accumulated on the roads and in the houses. People's furniture, belongings, all wiped away with the water. The Delhi government is saying that they are using all the resources which are at their disposal to save the people and save the property. Fentanyl is 100% stronger than morphine and 50% dangerous than heroin. Fentanyl is used to treat pain